Yeah, fluff.
Is it time for 3, 2, 1?
Damn. It's hot in here. Ready?
Is that 77 or 71?
77.
Well, that's so weird.
Oh.
You ready? Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey,
welcome,
y'all.
welcome. We are here. We're gonna share some baby updates / pregnancy updates, and we are 17 weeks.
Almost 17 weeks.
17 excited.
17 excited. So we haven't officially, we did like the baby announcement over on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And on like the GIRLDEFINED Instagram and around, but we haven't actually officially said anything on the YouTube channel, the GIRLDEFINED YouTube channel. So this is like the first official. So some people,
So hello.
you may be finding this out for the very first time. So my wonderful husband, Dave.
Surprise! I don't know what causes that.
And we're having a baby.
Yeah, what? So, a lot of y'all probably are interested in knowing how I found out. Well,
there's the story. Well, rewind before that.
Oh,
Like
how you found out?
No, like before, because some people were asking like in the beginning, were we wanting to have kids? Were we not wanting to have kids? And kind of like that whole thing, because that's like the beginning.
We weren't trying per se, and we weren't not trying.
Yeah, which sounds kind of like funny, but
which is it's basically like you're just living life and enjoying marriage.
So before we got married, we had talked about like this all like, okay, do we want to use birth control, contraceptives, natural family planning, like all that whole package of stuff, because I think it's important. Like you want to be on the same page about that stuff. And we had, after like praying about it, and we did quite a bit of research for us, we decided that we were just going to live and let life happen. And we didn't know if that would mean we would get pregnant quickly. It wouldn't, because we weren't like you said, it's like we weren't trying, like we weren't tracking things and trying to get pregnant, but we weren't not trying. We were just kind of living.
We were so chill. We were so chill, but in a really cool way.
Yeah, so we enjoyed.
I mean, that was just our personal, I don't know, I guess preference. That was just more of our preference. It wasn't like we had any major or strong convictions one way or the other. It just, we felt, oh, okay, well, this is what we'll do.
It was really good for us, and just like gave us a lot of peace and rest, just knowing whatever would happen, and we just kind of trusted that to God. And so we were married for what, 7 months before?
Okay, yeah,
something like that.
Yeah,
something like that. And
we had, let's see. Okay, so we came back from our cruise.
Yeah.
And then it must have been a little bit after that you got pregnant.
Yeah, but it wasn't a cruise baby though.
Oh, it wasn't a cruise. Yeah, it was not a cruise baby. That's how great our actual life is. So we had a few weeks. So how soon into the process did you find out?
Okay, so yeah, that's a good question. So we had been, I guess, married for like 7 months, and because we weren't not trying, but we weren't trying, of course, like every month I was suspicious, like, okay, I could be pregnant, I could be not, and we would be so excited if we were, because we think children are a blessing and a gift, and like you had said, like you were made to be a dad, like you wanted.
I was made to be a dad.
And so that was really encouraging to me, because I'm like, oh, if we get pregnant, we're both going to be super excited about this, not like you're like, I can't do this, and I'm like, I can. We were both just excited. So, of course, as a woman, you're kind of getting suspicious month to month. Like, okay, is this going to happen? Is this not going to happen? When will this happen? Like, we're not really not trying, but it is something that's on your mind. And so, I guess it was the 7-month mark, I think. Okay. I just decided, okay, like, we have been married for 7 months, and like, it's not like we haven't been trying, but I'm just curious. So I kind of like around the time that we would be able to know if we were pregnant, I decided to, while you were at work, take a pregnancy test. And I for sure, like when you haven't ever been pregnant, it's like the thought that you could actually become pregnant seems like impossible.
Yeah.
And I know how getting pregnant works, but it's still like, it seems impossible, you know?
Right. Until it happens. And then even then it seems impossible, right?
Yeah, totally.
And that was, I think, kind of the feeling, because you took the test and then it was positive.
And I was absolutely
And she was shocked.
Because you weren't there. You were at work. So
you took like 5 more tests after
I
that.
took a few. Like I took first the one where it's like the little lines. and it like showed up 2 lines, and I was just like shocked out of my ever living mind, like, you've got to be kidding.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like practically hyperventilating, like, how is this, you know, when you should, it's like, duh, but it's like, it's just a shocking feeling. Like the first time it's just absolutely shocking. And so then I wanted to like really do a big surprise for you and like make you a dinner.
But then you had a headache. You had a headache and it was terrible.
Migraine.
So I was at work and she texted that she was feeling terrible and had a headache. And so I was like, that's awful. I'm so sorry, all that. And so I had absolutely no clue that she was going to tell me that night that she was pregnant. And I came home and opened the door. I think I got home just a little bit late from work or something. And so imagine how, you know, but she was like waiting expectantly, you know, just dying to tell me. And I was just like, oh, she has a headache, you know, I come in and it's dark, you know, that sort of thing. And she's a little extra smiley and for a headache. And so she pulls out this gift bag and gives it to me. She said, I got you a gift or something.
Because I had told him earlier in the day before I had a headache, like, oh, I have a special meal planned for you or something. And so I wanted to make like a big deal so that it would be like a really great announcement. But then later I told him I got a really bad migraine and blah, blah, blah. So you were like clueless.
Yeah, I was clueless, and then you give me the gift and I open it and it's a little baby onesie. But first I didn't get it. I thought it could be a joke or something.
But remember first I gave you the random shorts on top?
Yeah.
And you thought they were underwear.
Wait, they were on. No, wait, the shorts. Oh, the baby shorts.
No, the regular shorts. Remember? Like the random greenish shorts because I was trying to throw you for a loop.
Okay.
Do you remember?
A little bit. Yeah, there was that, and then I thought the onesie was underwear.
Oh!
Yeah.
You thought the onesie was underwear? Yeah, tell that.
So there was some shorts, and I was like, oh, so this really threw me for a loop.
I was trying to be sneaky.
She was sneaky, and so I was like, oh, okay. And then there's another item in the bag, and I pull it out, and a onesie, like a little baby onesie, it's a little bit like underwear.
Just like seeing
I've seen like...
It's like dark in the room.
Like, I didn't know. So I thought maybe it was like some joke or something, and it just turns out to be a baby onesie that had something. What was the message?
It was like,
I have it.
Dreaming of the future.
Dreaming of the future. Yeah, exactly.
Like something like that.
Yeah. And so at that point, I engaged into the process of trying to figure out what this gift meant, because you don't want to, you know, if there's like a joke and it triggers this kind of like, oh, baby, but it's not a baby, you don't want to like assume that some might be like a joke or something, like, oh, you know, funny, like, hey, baby, you know, like that sort of situation. I don't know. So
I remember you were just staring.
So I was staring at her, but then her face was telling me the story, and she was like nodding, and I was like, what? For real? And she was like, yes. And I cried. I'm not gonna lie.
Aw, because you were made to be a dad. You're so sweet. You love kids.
I was like, yeah.
And tears. I pulled out from under my pillow the pregnancy test and showed it to
him. And that was actually, you know, thinking back, you were absolutely fantastic.
Aww.
I mean, in the middle of a migraine, you have a bad headache, and then you're still able to like pull this amazing experience off.
You're so sweet.
It was wonderful, and I was so.
I mean,
it's so happy.
I
was so excited.
You know?
I was so excited. I can't even tell you.
I think it was just so sweet because it's like we both were so excited. It wasn't like a shock, like, oh no. It was like something that we both feel so excited about. And I think what makes it even more exciting for me as a woman is the fact that you are like so excited to be a dad, right, and so excited to be a teen, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, it's probably one of the, I mean, it's definitely one of the hugest highlights ever.
Yeah.
It might be at the very top of the highlights for our marriage.
And so, Fluffy doesn't know what's about to hit her.
Yeah, Fluffy.
So, right, we are going to show you the announcement video that we posted to our YouTube channel and Instagram and everywhere else, so you can check that out.
Here goes. When I was growing up, they told me 1 + 1 is 2. It all made sense to me, but that was before I met you. And now we've been together, life has changed for you and me. 'Cause for the first time in our lives, 1 + 1 makes 3. 'Cause for the first time in our lives, we're having a baby. What do you think?
I have no idea.
It'll be us.
So that's how we did the baby announcement, and
Yes.
you wrote that song.
I wrote the song, and we just set up the camera similar to this and made the video.
And because we were, I guess that was
I
at
don't
like
really
14
remember.
weeks, or we waited a while because once you get past
right.
like 12 weeks, the chance of miscarriage goes way down, and so we just felt
yeah.
like it would be easier to announce after that time. Of course, we told our family, and then we were trying to get through the Girl-Defined conference, and then we were still trying to tell like close friends about it, so we didn't really publicly announce it until like 13 or 14 weeks, which was great. And then we did a super small, just with like our local family that lives in San Antonio, gender reveal party, and we have some video from that, so you can see that right here.
I'm scared too.
Look inside.
And then-
Hold it till we say, put your hand on
And then what?
And then when I say
And
go,
then you flick it like.
but don't tell you that.
Like
Is
that?
it one flick or is it like a long?
It might take a couple.
Okay.
I'm really scared too.
Okay, so nerve-wracking.
I know, it's
scary. 3, 2, 1.
That was awesome! That was awesome!
Davey Jr. I knew in my heart it was going to be a boy.
There's no reason to know. So that's why we both 100% thought it was a girl.
That's
And
when it's always a boy.
when the email came in, and I really didn't want to see it because it.
What do you mean we thought it was a girl? Was there some hint you had?
No, but you just like it was
No.
a fake. We're like,
Okay.
oh my God.
There's so many girls, but I
wasn't
think gender, I don't know if this is an it, but is it more determined by the husband?
And his family.
Probably.
I think so. Well, naturally, yes. But I think it really is, yes. I think it is. I don't
So she's going to have a small boy
That's
cousin.
when it came, that's why I was like, oh, we didn't want to know. But when the email came in, it was literally like a shock.
Yeah, that is still a shock.
I'm shocked right now.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what to do with the boy.
Here's
I know,
our best.
Yay! Oh, now you'll need another. Oh yeah, you'll need to get another picture.
So we're having a boy, and his name shall be
David Jonathan Beal Jr. And I was the one that, pushed for it.
And
you liked it.
I was eager to appease.
I think that's just a cool tradition. I think you're such a wonderful, godly man to be
Thank
named
you.
after. And David and Jonathan in the Bible are great examples of manhood and best friendship and stuff. And we're going to call him Davey Jr. for short.
Davey Jr. Oh yeah.
Okay, so final things we want to share is and love.
I don't know
She's
how
anxious.
she's gonna handle it. Maybe it being a guy, it won't be as
Yeah.
bad as like a baby girl.
a little competition.
A little
Oh,
competition.
we do have some questions, but that y'all sent in through Instagram. Let's see. Any other things though that?
I'm trying
we're
to think.
missing?
Well, we have the ultrasound.
Aw.
This is cute, fun ultrasound. Is this right side?
I think the other way. Yeah.
I'm a doctor.
That's perfect. So you can tell if you want to, super quick, like where we're potentially thinking of giving birth, etc.
Okay.
You want to tell?
We haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So as far as the place to give birth, we have thought of a number of options, anything from hospitals to birthing centers to even home births. And right now we've really, for us, narrowed down our choices to really either birthing center, probably like one in particular that we're thinking of in San Antonio, or a home birth. And actually, as we've sort of been exploring and going to different centers and stuff, I think that's actually come on the table a lot more, as far as a home birth has come on the table a lot more than it was before.
For sure.
Because you go to a birthing center, it's kind of like they try to replicate a home environment almost. And so it's like, well, what can we do here? We can't do there. So I think that's kind of, we're actually excited. We're almost leaning towards a home birth at this point.
And you're pretty, you're a lot of people wonder if you're like supportive of that.
I'm 100% supportive. I think the most important thing for Bethany for pregnancy for her is to feel comfortable, is to feel just like at peace in her surroundings. And I think that the sort of mental aspect of the pregnancy has an enormous amount, this is what I've heard, has an enormous amount to do with the actual physical outcome and the potential complications that can happen. And so I think that that whatever situation, and Bethany's not crazy, so she doesn't throw around crazy options, right?
Let's give birth in the middle of the woods.
In the wood, yeah. This is nothing like the woods, So it's like home birth, birthing center. Absolutely. If you feel comfortable at home, I will be there. And
you want to catch the baby.
I want to catch the baby. Yeah, I want to be a very involved father, delivery father,
labor and delivery partner.
Yeah, and the feeling that I have, I am so excited. Like I feel like I have personally arrived in life. This is how I feel. Like marrying you, baby. Like yes, I feel like
it's big life steps.
It is done. It is done.
So. Yeah, we're really strongly leaning towards a home birth. We have to make a decision because we're going on 17 weeks, so we have to make a decision like ASAP. I've had an appointment, but I've met with several midwives, and my mom actually had 6 home births, and I was actually present at many of them, and so it's something that's very comfortable for our family and something that would be very comfortable for me. Okay, we're gonna have to do rapid fire through these questions. Okay, how has the pregnancy journey been so far? So happy for y'all. So.
We've
so far, it's been great. Honestly, like it hasn't. You hear stories. It's like actual pregnancy. It can be really hard, or like people feel better than they've ever felt in your life. I would say I'm somewhere in the middle. So I haven't had a bunch of like throwing up stuff like that. But the first trimester was pretty rough. I think my migraines are probably the hardest part because they've increased a lot. But you've been amazing.
Well, overall, besides. Yeah, the health, the extra migraines. As far as we're concerned, like emotional states and like how hard is it kind of thing, it's definitely been very smooth. I think. I mean, you're doing all the work, but
hey, but I couldn't do it without you.
But there's nothing. I worked hard on that. There's nothing that's been specifically sticking out as particularly abnormal. You got headaches before. Okay, it's like a few more headaches than normal, but there's nothing that we've been hit by yet that's been kind of like, oh wow, did not see this coming. This is hard.
And we hold everything with open hands, and like we know that things can change at any moment, or our labor ideal could change. We have very open hands to the whole process, and I think that's important. Sure. Okay, rapid fire.
Okay.
How has you being pregnant changed your interactions and communication with each other?
Well,
how is me being pregnant?
Do you want to go? We need to. I think we need to talk. We should turn it.
I would say our communication has probably been better because we've had to talk about more things, and you come from a big family, and that doesn't make I know there can be guys and husbands who don't come from a big family who are amazing dads and very comfortable, but I think because you're on the older end, you just have this natural comfort of like, I don't know, thinking about pregnancy and like you're around for your mom when she was pregnant and you were around for your younger siblings, not like at the birth, but having younger siblings. And so it's not a shock or a surprise to you. So
Yeah.
I think we've just very smoothly transitioned into thinking about our future, talking about our future, and some things that, you know, we've heard can be difficult, some areas like sex, things like
Yes.
that, and being pregnant. We've just communicated a lot, and it's honestly been really great because our heart and the whole in marriage has been still the same of like, we're here to love and serve one another, and so we just do that the best we can in each season.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
That's very good.
Let's see. How have you guys been preparing for this new season in your life? Love you all and God bless.
Oh, I love it when they say nice things. It's so great.
Okay, your turn.
Okay,
How have you been preparing for this new season?
preparing. I mean, I guess the biggest way we've been preparing is mentally and research. You know, just like learning.
Yeah.
I think the nice thing about something new like this is you're not supposed to have done it before, and so it's new, and that's fine, and you can learn and be new at it. And so I think
Totally.
I think that the areas we're preparing is really just getting to know our options and getting to I don't know. I feel like I was like instantly prepared to be dad
I know.
in my mind. I don't know when it comes down to it. I don't.
Oh, you'll be
I
awesome.
don't know, but anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Do you plan on homeschooling?
Yeah, as far as we know, we're planning to homeschool. I mean, we haven't.
I'm grateful that's many years down the road because
Man,
that thought
yeah.
overwhelms me right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're not like religious about that. I mean, we could, if we found like a super good private school or I mean, we probably wouldn't do like a public school situation just for maybe safety reasons, and I don't know.
We were both homeschooled. We had great experiences. Homeschooling in San Antonio, where we live, and just in Texas in general, is very like welcomed and there's just great laws in place, and it's just a really friendly place to homeschool. And so I think that, and there are just so many incredible resources and co-op classes. So it's not like you imagine like homeschooling Little House on the Prairie. It's like you are surrounded by incredible community, and I think that's what makes it doable for me.
Yeah.
Thinking about that, you know.
And me too, because I'd want to be a very involved homeschool father.
You would be, or else like die.
Oh, it'd be fun.
Okay,
I think it'd be
so we've already touched on this a little bit, but were you trying to get pregnant? People ask that a lot, so
Yeah. So somebody I talked to said, well, if you weren't doing anything to prevent it, then you were trying. But I don't know if I'd go that far, because you can like be really specific about different times and like you know,
when people are
like,
trying, I feel like that's what
really
they're doing.
tracking things. So we weren't doing anything like that. We were living and let living. Yeah.
Okay.
So great.
What is the hardest part so far about being pregnant, and the best part? The hardest part was probably the first trimester. I don't think I'm mentally prepared, because I just thought pregnancy, like, oh, that'll probably never happen to me. I don't know, when you haven't been pregnant, that's how it feels. And so I don't think I'm mentally prepared for how like drained energy wise and how nauseous and those different things that come with being in the first trimester. I just wasn't mentally prepared for that. And so I think it was like, oh, and then even the fact like a lot of sports I couldn't do, and I like to be active, and there were like water skiing and wakeboarding and different fun things happening, and I couldn't do them. And I was like, oh, it was just kind of an adjustment, you know. It's like so excited to be pregnant, but mentally shifting like, oh, life is changing for right now. And then it was just nice.
There's definitely been more adjustments for you. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if there's any more that we want to hit on. Oh, has it always been a dream of yours to have children? That's a good ending one.
Okay.
Go for it.
Have I always dreamt? Has it always been a dream of mine to have children, or of us to have children?
Yours and mine, but you go first.
I mean, I guess I don't know if I'd put it in the dream category. In the desire, yeah, it's always been a desire to have kids eventually.
Yeah.
I think.
What about after getting married?
I almost got it. It's almost just a given.
Yeah.
If it happens, then it's a given.
Yeah.
After getting married would probably be even more. I mean, there's kind of like getting married to you is obviously you can't see far beyond that at the time.
Yeah,
you know, you're just like, oh, get married, you know, wedding, all that stuff.
It's a lot.
And then I think as the marriage begins, there's more of kind of like, cool to have kids together.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, we were already parents with our pup dog.
Yes.
Our pup girl. But yeah, I mean, I think that for me, it kind of felt like it would be a miracle to actually get married. So it was less of like, I want to have kids, and more of like, it'll be a miracle if I ever get married, you know? And then once I did, it was like, I was just so grateful to be married.
Did you just call me a miracle?
You're my miracle.
I like that.
I like that
That's
too.
a two-shirt.
So we better wrap it up because it's going to be way too long anyways. We know this is a longer video, but we just thought it would be fun to give y'all details. We'll do another video in the future to give you more details, maybe as the pregnancy progresses and we make some final decisions, how things are going. And then we won't be doing a birth vlog, but we will. They're very popular these days, which is fine, but I just don't want to. I'm a little bit more private in that way. But we will be doing after I give birth, we'll do a whole like story about our labor and delivery and what happened, unexpected, all of that sort of stuff. So that's it.
So thank you for watching.
Great job, baby.
Did I do good?
Please be filming. Oh, great.